Okay, guys, today we're talking about ReadyBurger, which is a QSR, quick service restaurant, fast food joint, but it's a vegan style fast food joint. And I'm just going to show you the update from November last year, 2022, and then we'll look at this year. Basically, there's some really interesting news. As you know, it's 100% vegan. And look at some of these results. Nearly 1 million revenue across two small lockup pilot locations. That's like dark locations. You might have heard of dark restaurants or cloud kitchens. It's that kind of thing. It's not a retail presence, but allows for delivery. And it looks like they're making already 500K from each of those locations, which is pretty damn good. As a comparison, Tortilla makes about 1 million from a normal popular retail destination like a Euston or a King's Cross or something like that, circa 1 million. So for them to get for ReadyBurger to get 500K, like with being such a new brand, that's pretty damn good. So they got low pricing. They're indexing across a few other companies. They completed 40,000 deliveries and sold 250,000 burgers. They're partnering with flavorist Givalden. I don't know how to pronounce that, but basically it's allowing them to have better flavors whilst reducing the fat content. They've innovated to create a 99p plant-based burger, which is beating McDonald's and Burger King. Inexhaustible product manufacturing and delivery across the trading period. Each plant-based burger emits 92% less greenhouse gases and requires 93% less land and 70% less water than your average beef burger. No staff shortages, and they've got a good NED team. They've got a supplier partner, which is critical for future-proofing and franchising, called Bid Food. And they've got a list of approved items and ingredients for delivery and distribution across the UK and soon internationally. Through this partnership, setting up the next phase of growth and franchising. In the next phase, the key is proving rapid scale through dark kitchens. I think that's a really smart idea. And getting the food into as many postcodes as possible and proving we can achieve site level profitability at each level. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Apologies if you haven't been able to see the screen that well. They're waiting on heads of term after 7 months of discussions with a UK-based fund who have the interest in taking up 100 unit franchise deals over a 5-year period based on the performance of a sit-down ReadyBurger location. This will be the starting point of franchising for ReadyBurger and be linked to the performance of the first sit-down restaurant, as they've already said. If there's got any questions, you can have a look. So that was then. And now we're in March 2023 at the time of recording this video. I want to stop sharing the screen and just show you that these guys are looking to raise very, very soon. You can actually express interest on Crowdcube. They're going to be on Crowdcube, and I can't actually show you that much because I think you have to be already an investor to express interest in the ReadyBurger next raise. But I'm going to stop sharing my screen and kind of talk to you why I'm kind of interested and excited by this. I'm interested in ReadyBurger because I think when you find the right QSR, when you find the right fast food restaurant, and you invest early, one could do quite well. There is a lot of risk investing early, but the returns can be exponential. They can really be very interesting. For example, if ReadyBurger can go from one store and let's say 2 dark kitchens, which I think is kind of where they're at the moment. If they can get, let's say, 10 dark kitchens in the UK, and they can start this franchising with 100 franchise stores signed from this partner, their revenue could go through the roof. And suddenly, in 5 years, let's say there's 100 from that franchise partner. Let's say there's another 100 from other franchisees. So you've got 200 stores from on the franchise side of thing. Let's say there's another 100 organic, operator-owned stores that are owned and operated by ReadyBurger. Then you have 300 stores. So you've gone from 3 stores to 300. that is a good case scenario. It's not even the best case scenario, but it's a good case scenario. And I think that is quite likely. You can see that in other companies. I saw that with Cake Box. I've seen it with Domino's Pizza. And when you get a good brand that people like and want to come back to, it can expand. It can expand nationally and potentially even internationally. And suddenly you can be talking about, not just 300 stores, you're talking about thousands of stores. And when you get in on the grounds, if you can get into these opportunities at the grounds from ground zero, 1, 2, 3 stores, you can do very, very, very well. However, on the other side, when investing early in these opportunities, it is quite high risk. You can lose all of your money. I invested in a pizza chain which had the claim that they would make pizzas very, very quickly. I think it was 30-second pizzas. They were called At Pizza. I didn't invest a huge amount of my capital in it, but it was close to about 0.5%, maybe a bit more than that, maybe 0.8% of my investments in angel shares and whatnot. So it was still material. So that's that can happen as well, and they blamed COVID for that. But I think ReadyBurger, I feel like they have a stronger team, a stronger strategy as well. They're not going down the retail outlet kind of strategy, rollout strategy straight away. Instead, they're looking to roll out dark cloud kind of kitchens, go with the delivery market, and then once they've got a postcode down, they've got enough demand, they can kind of land and expand, as it were, by plotting a retail location nearby, and that would allow proof of concept for this 100-store franchise operation. And of course, I'm sure they may want to open it up to individual franchisees as well at some point in the future as well. So I think it's really interesting. I'm likely to invest in this company. I already have invested a small amount. A few years ago, I was going to put in quite a big amount in ReadyBurger, and at the last minute, I changed my mind, thinking that they were too early. So I could have had a very big gain, I would imagine, in the future if they do well. But anyway, with these companies, there's often more than one opportunity to invest, and I think they're looking to raise again. And I'm looking to up my investment in ReadyBurger. I like the concept. I've eaten there as well a few times. And yes, it's like McDonald's, but if you're going to go with fast food, you may as well go with something that's better for the planet and a little bit more healthy. So that's why I like it. That's why I've also seen their socials, I've seen their Instagram, and people comment on it, and everyone's saying, I want a store here, I want a store here. They really want to see ReadyBurger national. There's a lot of, and you can feel free to go on their Facebook or their Instagram and check out the socials, and you can see how much interest there is in people wanting a ReadyBurger near them. I would imagine the volume of people wanting to order probably regularly the 99p plant-based burger. If it were me, I'd probably order it a few times a week, because it's healthy, it's cheap, it's fast, it's convenient. And I'm sure other people would be interested in that as well. It's not just burgers as well. They've got vegan ice creams and vegan desserts. My partner doesn't eat that much meat, and she does like vegetarian and vegan food. So do I. So I think there's going to be broad appeal. When you look at the demand statistics, it's a hockey stick in terms of the amount of vegan and vegetarian food that is being sold over the last 5 to 10 years. It's really kind of 5x or something crazy. Like there's a lot of demand for vegan food. So I think it's really interesting. That's why I want to continue to back ReadyBurger, and that's why I like them. If you're a current investor, let me know what you think. If you are considering investing, let me know. If you've got any questions, comments, queries, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from my audience. I invest in angel investing. I've invested in over 80 companies. At present, I think 4 of them have gone bust. I think at least 5 of them have more than doubled. Some of them have gone up 4 or 5x, which is great. You can check out my playlist on angel investing if you want to learn more about that. I'm thinking of creating an angel investing course that chronicles and covers the lessons and learnings that I've learned over the last 3 or 4 years or so since I've been investing in angel investing. Also, I invest in equity markets, which is the normal stock market, I've been doing that since 2007. And more recently, in the last couple of years, I've also done a bit of derivative trading, which is like option tradings and shorts. And at the time of filming, I am shorting the market, the stock market at the moment. And I've already made about 40% in the last 3 days, which isn't too bad. Anyway, I'm going off course. If you're interested in learning about other styles of investing, like equity trading or property investment, or options or the stock market, and consider liking and subscribing. If you've got any friends or family that's interested in learning more about how they can do more with their money and taking control of their own financial destiny, because when you make money for yourself through your own thoughts, it's very empowering. Likewise, if you lose money, you learn from that. If you outsource it to a fund manager or to an index, I kind of feel personally that you can't really gain the lessons. And sometimes when you're young, it's better to gain the lessons. And you kind of learn how to earn, you kind of learn how to manage your own money and your own destiny. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. Remember that knowledge is power, especially the right kind of knowledge, and progress is everything. Make sure to check out the videos somewhere around here that you might find interesting. I'll see you guys in the next upcoming video. Take care.